Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Devil Wing coming to you today with the Warhammer Chaosbane tips and tricks survival guide for playing on the Chaos 5 difficulty. Uh, I want to say I have about maybe 5 or 6 tips for you guys. So let's go ahead and jump into this video today. I've been playing the game for a while now. I'm not gonna say I'm the best at the game, but I've been doing a lot of trial and error between the mage and the wood elf. So the first tip I'm gonna bring to the table to you guys is to optimize your gear the best you can. I know a lot of that depends on RNG. You know, you might get some pretty terrible rolls on a lot of your stuff. I know that I did on a lot of my gear. So every time I could find a little piece that made it better, I would go ahead and just bless it. And, you know, you're just that much stronger for the fight. Um, while we're talking about gear too, you want to make sure you maximize your set bonuses and focus on ways to improve the bonuses. I know for this build, it's all about health regeneration. So the more health regeneration I have on this character, the more damage she will do. I tried to get as much as I can. I probably can get more out of gear, but I really couldn't find anything else. And when it comes to skills, like some of those skills that I picked, you really don't even need all of those. But you know, just to fill the space. So you combine your set bonuses with your passives, and you can end up with a pretty strong character if you do it right. Like I said, I'm not the genius when it comes to making up these builds, but I did do this on my own, so I feel like it might be okay. If you guys have any input, you know, it'd be nice to hear what you all have to say and how to make this even stronger than what I'm doing right now. So like I said, your first tip is basically 2 tips in one, is to uh, maximize or optimize your gear and maximize the set bonuses for your gear. That's one thing, and I'll just leave it as one tip. It could be two, but I just leave it as one. All that goes together. So right now we're going to talk about my actual, I guess it'll be my third tip, is understanding the types of demons you'll fight in Chaosbane. So you have the little trash mobs that, you know, every stage has them. A lot of games have them in these types of games. You just use them to generate more damage for like certain builds, or you can use them to help generate critical attack. And ultimately, you can help. You can use them to generate energy. That's like the biggest thing that they're there for. You have different types of enemies too. I would say you have like lesser demons, you have elites and champions. Um, the lesser demons are like, I would call like the bigger ones. You see like the hulking ones walking kind of slowly right there uh, down the stairs at me. I think that those are lesser demons. Like they do a little bit more damage than a normal enemy would do. They have like a heavy attack that you really don't want to get hit by on Chaos 5. I mean, you can take that hit, but if 2 or 3 of them hit you at once, then you probably gonna take a good amount of damage, which is not necessary. So, you know, be mindful of that. The elites, it's kind of hard to describe the elites. There are multiple types. You know, they have special abilities. Some of them, usually they'll put like an AOE under you, which damage you. I know chapter 4, it's a lot of, they have a lot of fire that they throw at you in that particular chapter. But yeah, so you have your those are your elites. Like you'll know the elite, that the elite's health bar is a little bit thicker than the regular enemy's health bar. So this big guy here, that's also another champion. Um, as you can see, like the champion next to it, I'm just calling like Jabba the Hutt. He looks like a jacked up version of Jabba the Hutt. But as you can see, the other elites summon more enemies to come to the fight. So yeah, that's his particular skill. You have a couple of the elites will do that. Um, so just be careful. Try to prioritize your elites first. Like your champions, you can pretty much handle the champions. They're not too bad unless they have the ability to pull you or towards where they are into all the enemies. But usually you can just roll back and reposition yourself to continue the fight. As you progress further into the story, though, these enemies do get a lot. They start to hit a lot harder and they have more health. If you're not careful, you can easily get one shot by getting hit by multiple elites at once. Even some of the lesser demons can one shot you if you're not careful. And another tip when it comes to like learning your demon types, any type of demon that can lunge at you, you kind of want to either take them out first or just be mindful of where they are on the stream. Those enemies can really take chunks out your health, if not damn near kill you in one hit, depending on how much health you have. I know I figured that out playing in chapter 3 a lot. You have the demon that rides. I don't know what I won't make up what it looks like, but a demon that rides this little. I'm just calling it a dinosaur, like maybe like I'm just call it a raptor or whatever. But that thing, he lunges at you, and if you're not buffed up all the way with all your like defenses on, you're gonna take a hit. It's gonna hurt like hell. You're gonna take a really good hit. So just be mindful of that. So then too, the next tip, which is tip number 4, is prioritizing. I was kind of talking about that in tip number 3, but you want to prioritize which enemies need to be taken care of first. In most instances, you want to take out the healer or the damage buffer, or whatever you want to call the one. Usually they'll have like a banner or a staff or something in their hand, and every time they do a certain action, the enemies will either get health back or they'll get stronger. So you definitely need to take them out first. Otherwise, you're gonna be fighting for a while, especially if you can't recognize like where they are on the screen, and they will hide from you. They tend to hide behind other elites or champions. Usually, they'll probably hide behind a champion. So, either want to position yourself to take them out as fast as you can, so you can continue going through your dungeon or your relic hunt, with the greatest of ease. So that's, as you can see here, I want to say there's going to be a healer that spawns at some point in here, and you'll attack them. You want to go and kill them as soon as you can. And also, while we're talking about priorities, the event, I want to say this event is broken in chapter 2. So the altar destruction. So whether or not you destroy the altar or not, the demon or the elite is still gonna come out. So in chapter 2, the elite that spawns has a ton of health. I don't understand why his health is that high, but I mean, even with my character being pretty strong, I'm fighting that guy for at least 2 or 3 minutes just on one enemy. I don't know. I know that he's like the face of Chaosbane. Like that's the main enemy that you see on the load screen. That's him. But like, I don't think he should be that strong. That's just my opinion. So a quick little recap here. As far as the tips go, it was you want to optimize your gear while maximizing your set bonuses, and experiment with each different gear set gear. You don't want to get stuck doing what somebody else has created. There's nothing wrong with that, but just try to be, it's okay to be original. People out there will help you with your build, and even with my wizard, I came up with what I like to call the Magic of Fire build. Is based off the Dragon Tamer set, which I think is pretty strong. So, you know, don't be afraid to experiment. On the tip number 5, you will die in this game. I mean, you might die more than other people, or you know, you're going to die. So just, you know, take that for what it's worth, and make your characters stronger. Like it's one thing to die and just keep dying over and over again and not learn why you died. But the main thing is, okay, you get wrecked, kind of figure out, you know, okay, what was I in the wrong spot? Did I not have my debuffs on? Like, try to figure out what happened, the reason you died, and you know, do better for next time, or make some adjustments to what your build is, so you know those deaths won't happen as frequently, you know, or if ultimately they won't happen at all. You know, it's that's kind of hard to say, but you know, you got to just take it for what it's worth. It's been times when I'm in chapter, I always keep referencing chapter 3 because those enemies to me are just a little bit stronger than the ones in chapter 4. But in chapter 3, man, like sometimes I just have to take a second to realize, like, okay, man, what happened? Like, I died, and I don't really know why I died, you know. But then you look at it, it's like, oh, well, I got hit by 3 enemies at one time, you know. With certain characters, like, you just can't take that hit, you know. You just got to be careful, and know where to position yourself, you know. Like, even right there, I almost uh, like died right then because I was getting overwhelmed. I didn't realize it because I was doing my attack, but I had already took damage, and luckily I didn't die, but I was able to get out the way and reposition and finish the fight. On to the next tip. I want to say we're on tip number 6. Is don't rush. Like, I mean, I don't know a build out there unless you're glitching the game where you're gonna one-shot everything on KS5. I mean, if you're doing that, please let me know what you're doing, because I would love to do that. You know, I just think right now it's kind of tough. I mean, especially for solo play. Like, I do a lot of solo play, so I know if I'm gonna do like a KS5 expedition or a relic hunt, I'm looking for a good, you know, 10-minute run, you know, 10 to 15-minute run, depending on who I'm using. So yeah, this right here, obviously this is the boss. You don't really have to say much. He's just another version of a smaller enemy. You have some that are different. They walk on all fours. They're pretty annoying, but they're not too difficult. Just the same type of thing. Kite the mobs away, or use the mobs as a damage buff for your build, and just take your time and, you know, wear the health down. That's the best way I can describe that. Like, the more you rush, probably the faster you're gonna die. I know one guy was saying like KS5 is impossible to do. It's not. It's really not. It's all about just knowing your build, you know. So the video is getting ready to come to the close here. Like, I've already covered basically what I wanted to say based off of the things that I saw. This character is I just call this one the poison enchantress. That's not what it's called. This is what I call it. It's not much to this build. It's actually fairly simple to use. Really, you only need the spinning blade skill, which is on my right bumper skill, my RB skill. If you can generate critical hits, you have a chance to reset that skill every single time you get one. So ultimately, you can have a lot of those on the screen at once. But that wraps it up, folks, for the video. Hopefully, this will help you out in your gameplay. I look forward to making more videos for you guys. But in the meantime, I'm going to call it a night here. You guys enjoy, and I hope to see, or I hope to bring you more videos in the future, guys. Take it easy.
Let's go hunting.